Aaron, a month ago, you said that the organization's depth has equipped this team to weather the storm of injuries. I think people realize right now that's not coach speak.
Right.
What are the common denominators from some of these players that have filled the void?
I think they've all come up and done their job and contributed in not an overwhelming way or not anything that they're not capable of doing. And I think they've really rallied around each other in that regard. You know, it's kind of been a different guy all the time. Different guys have played small to large roles in victories we've had, and it's a testament to those guys and how they've come in each and every day with kind of a hunger, prepared, and ready to go out and do a job.
One of those guys has been Gio Urshela. With Miguel Andujar returned, what do you see the role for Urshela going forward?
Well, he's going to play a lot, you know, especially because we're not totally whole right now. So probably use Miggy as a DH a lot. That way we get Gio on the field just that much more, especially here in the early days until we get really whole. There's going to be a lot of reps for Gio going forward. He's earned that, and we've been a better team when he's been on the field.
In your time here, I don't think there's been a guy who has run with an opportunity like Luke Voit has at first base. Is it something more than just a guy getting the chance to play every day?
Well, I think that's a big part of it because this is a guy that's always kind of hit in the minor leagues, was a little bit blocked with some guys in St. Louis and got an opportunity with us and took full advantage. And I think he's been embraced in this clubhouse. He's been an important part of that room and what he's brought to our culture. But we're seeing what's a very good major league hitter, and that's taken advantage of an opportunity he's been given. And he's been huge for us through this stretch where we have had so many guys down. He's been that kind of one constant high-end slugger kind of in the middle that's remained healthy and remained really productive.
We've seen Gary Sanchez get off to a fantastic start in 2019. What does he need to do to sustain this level of performance?
Continue to work behind the scenes and the things that we kind of demand of him and expect of him on the defensive side and with the pitchers and everything. And then offensively, you know, really focusing in on good at-bats. And I think that's been the thing that's been encouraging, is especially right now when he's swinging the bat well and he's obviously hitting a lot of home runs. There's been games where at bats where he's not getting pitched to totally, he's been willing to take that walk and have that patience. And that's been, you know, one of the things I talk to him a lot about is no matter what's going on in the season, whether you're in a hot streak at the plate or whether you're going through a tough time, really lock in and focus on having a good at bat. And if you do that, because of his talent, the results will be there.
If he could develop that new wrinkle in his game at the plate, where do you think that could take him?
Yeah, I do think it moves him into another stratosphere. Most of the time, the really elite level hitters on that short list that have a lot of power, you know, really it comes down to can you control the strike zone at a really high level? And when Gary does that, he's in that class of player.
What are your thoughts on your bullpen after a month and change?
I think we're getting a lot of good things happening down there. Dellen's started to play catch today, so really look forward to him kind of getting back in the fold. He's kind of a linchpin for us back there at the back end. We've seen some guys step up. We've had some guys that have had their struggles, but a guy like Tommy Canely has really rebounded nicely and is a really good place. You know, Otto coming over, Chappie's been good. Britton's, we feel like throwing the ball really well. Jonathan Holder, after a couple struggling outings, has really settled right back in. And so feel like it's starting to gain some traction. Luis Cessa's been good down there when we've called upon him. So in the end, it's still going to be an overwhelming strength and feel like it's building a little bit of momentum as well.
What about the starting rotation?
Good. You know, we talk about all these guys that have come up and contributed, and rightfully so. But what's allowed us to be consistent and consistently win games here for the last couple of weeks has been one of the common denominators. We've been getting solid starting pitching, whether that's at times deep into ball games, sometimes it's been shorter, but for the most part, each and every day our starting pitching has at least kept us in the ball game, and that's allowed us to win a lot of these games.
Aaron, thanks for the time and letting us inside the manager's office. We'll talk to you next month.
Yeah.